Now, before I start this review, I just want to say a goodbye and thank you to such an important Star Wars character that has just done such a major impact on my life, and I'm going to miss him. And I just want to say thank you, Anwar Akbar. Star Wars The Last Jedi is written and directed by Rian Johnson, who's done two incredible films, Brick and Looper. He also done some Breaking Bad episodes like The Fly. That's how great Rian Johnson is. Now, I know what you're thinking, why am I reviewing The Last Jedi now when it came back at Christmas? The thing is, there were some complications. I was prepared to do it. I really loved The Last Jedi. I saw this film like 3 times in theatres and I already had a script ready prepared. The thing is, there were some annoying complications, unexpected really. Thing is, my laptop broke, so I had to get that fixed. Then I had to go on holiday, and then it was like end of January that I just didn't really have the time to do it. There were some other projects I really wanted to work on. But luckily, I thought to myself, since The Last Jedi came out now on Blu-ray, and I've watched it again, like twice. I watched the Blu-ray and the 3D version. I thought it was time, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to review The Last Jedi since I've already prepared to do it. I've still got the script. And just for the record, I did do a reaction video after my first viewing of The Last Jedi, and it's also my top 10 films of 2017 video. Now, if you can tell by now, The Last Jedi is really mixed. Some people hate it, say it ruined Star Wars, and some people loved it, say it was a breath of fresh air. For me, I loved it, of course. I saw this film 3 times. I saw the 3rd time in IMAX. But for me, Star Wars The Last Jedi was a Star Wars film that wasn't scared to take risks. It did its own thing. It didn't really have any similarities to other Star Wars films. It was able to like push the story arc and characters forward, and also was able to take the franchise to a new level and give us new material to explore in the future. Now, a lot happens in this film. Rian Johnson did some bold, risky moves that you thought to yourself, if you read it on paper, you would think, it would never work. But when you watch it, it really works. The best examples are like Leia floating in space, Snow getting killed off, and revealing Rey's parents. When you watch the film for like the first time, you have an idea in your head how it's going to play out. That's going to happen, then that's going to happen. He's going to get killed, then we retreat. But it really doesn't. Before the film came out, we all thought it was going to be the next Empire Strikes Back, since The Force Awakens had so many similarities to A New Hope. But The Last Jedi, it's its own thing. It doesn't have to be mixed with the trilogy, really. It has its own vibe. Now, my favourite thing for The Last Jedi is that anything to do with Luke Skywalker. This was a different kind of Luke Skywalker from the original trilogy. He was older, he was exiled, and he locks himself away from the Force. But Mark Hamill was so good in this film. For a guy who never does live action, this was one of the best performances of last year. I'm not kidding. This was such a powerful and triumphant final chapter to a great Star Wars character. Any scene with Luke Skywalker, I was so invested, like training Rey, reuniting with R2-D2, and of course the return of Master Yoda. With the main characters, I loved it that we got some new material with them to explore. With Rey, we get to see her become a Jedi and learning to use the Force and finding her place in the universe. With Poe Dameron, we really get to dive into his leadership skills. And of course, he's going to become the leader of the rebellion in episode 9 if you think about it. And Kylo Ren, I love Kylo Ren all the way back from Force Awakens. But with Kylo Ren, we get to see a new side of him. And Rian Johnson handles that greatly. Kylo Ren is pretty much the Anakin Skywalker that we wanted from the prequel trilogy. Carrie Fisher as General Leia, she gave it her best and she was incredible. Rian Johnson did some incredible things with her character. I know there's that stupid scene where she's floating in space, but for me, I think it's incredible. I mean, she is a powerful Force wielder since she was a kid. And here's a fun fact, Yoda originally wanted to train her, not Luke. And she is an offspring to one of the most powerful Jedi. I wasn't expecting much out of General Holdo, played by Laura Dern, but after reading the Leia novel, Princess of Alderaan, it is such a great novel. I highly recommend you go check it out. If you want a prequel to Princess Leia, it's so good. But in this book, we get to see her become friends with Holdo when they were teenagers. And I can understand why she was in charge instead of Poe after she was in a coma. I can go all day of how much I love The Last Jedi, but I have to talk about the problems. The most obvious problem is Finn and Rose. I loved Finn in The Force Awakens. I think he had some great moments towards the end, especially the fight with Phasma, but he didn't really do much in this film. And Rose, oh my god, Rose, I think she had a solid introduction and I think she had some solid moments. But as a main character, and that one scene at the end with that cringe line, I just didn't know what Rian Johnson was thinking. I really love the Canto Bite stuff. I know some people don't like it, they say it's shoehorned. I love to explore new places in the galaxy, and Canto Bite was a Las Vegas type of planet that drives from war, making profit. But Finn and Rose as a couple, I think it was really shoehorned in, and I really hope they don't go to that direction in the episode 9. I hope it goes back to like Finn and Rey, and possibly Poe. Maybe not like a love triangle, but them three working together on a mission. But that, I just thought it was really shoehorned in. I mean, if you think about the best relationships from the Star Wars franchise, it's not built up from one film, it's spread on from a trilogy, like the Han Solo and Leia and Anakin and Padme. Even though it was most of it was quite bad, it still was solid, it still did the right directions. With General Hux, who I loved in The Force Awakens, he was basically the Hitler of Star Wars, but in The Last Jedi, he was like the comic relief. He was just so annoying to watch. He was kind of like Captain Darling from Blackadder Goes Forth. Overall, I love The Last Jedi. By all means, it's not perfect. It's not in my top 3 Star Wars films, but it's still my favourite film of 2017. So I'm going to give it a 9.3 out of 10. Ultimately, The Last Jedi has some stunning, beautiful offensive sequences, and it still has such a rich ending to it. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Go like, comment, subscribe. Go check out my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Instagram page. You guys are awesome. I've got your back.